Well, here we are. Oh, I didn't go live yet, I guess. Yeah, I did. I guess we're live. I don't know where Sally is. Sally was supposed to do the show this morning, but I don't see Sally. So I started one. She can just join in if she wakes up. I know it's late, but Sally was supposed to do the show, so I waited a little bit to see if she would start one. I don't know. Haven't seen her. So I started one. She'd probably get mad at me. You started the show without me. When it's supposed to be her show. Oh well. If she wants to do the show, I can turn this one off and she can start one. There you go. Anyway, how are you, Anissa? Yeah. So anyway, it's Friday, which Friday mornings used to be when I was teaching, you'd be going, yeah, I just have to make it through today, and then I got a couple of days off. But since I retired from teaching, Fridays are kind of like Saturdays, and they're kind of like Mondays. Yeah, she's probably out of it. I don't know. So, what's the topic for today, Anissa? Pick me a topic we can talk about. Gold star. Yeah, get a gold star from Anissa. It's kind of like a gold star from Anissa is kind of like when you go to a sporting event and everybody gets a trophy. Uh, Here's your participation trophy. Yeah, we used to do that a lot in a church boys club that I used to be a sponsor with, worker with, and yeah, we'd have like Pinewood Derby races, and we would have fishing tournaments, and we would have uh, you know, flag football contests, this and that, and everybody got a trophy, which is, I don't know, if you're doing a church boys club thing, that's probably all right for everybody to get a trophy. But like if you're doing a fishing tournament, you have trophies that say like most talented hook baiter and most talented. Of course, you'd give a trophy for the most fish caught, and one for the biggest fish, and one. Somebody always got a trophy. Didn't catch a fish, but he caught a stick of wood trophy. It was always a trophy for like the most fish hooks lost in the pond. Uh, but when you're in church working with kids, everybody needs to feel good, I guess, huh? Anyway, if anybody wants to come on and join me, because I'm boring by myself. I've said it before. And the most snags. Yeah. Most likely to fall out of the boat trophy. Yep. We always fish from the bank, so it was. Yeah. Uh, doo-doo-doo. So, what's going on? I just got a ton of stuff to list. I don't need to be out shopping like Mike does every day. I bought so much stuff lately. And just got piles. Piles and piles of stuff. Maybe I reinvest too much back into my business. Maybe I need to spend some of the money on me and forget reselling or buying. We're supposed to get to 77 degrees today. God. Is it February? Feels like springtime already. I bet today we get some of those baby dandelions stick their heads up in my yard. No, that's impossible, Anissa. Hi, Diane. Yeah, I can do that every day at the thrift shops in Waco. I think they take all the good stuff and put it on auction on Shop Goodwill. No, what's the one? Shop Goodwill. All the good stuff goes on there, and then the stuff they do put out, they put just a stupid big price on. You know, if I wanted to pay eBay price, I suppose shopping at Goodwill would be okay, but I don't know. I guess they got to make money too. Do do do. So, I got an auction ending today. Looking forward to that end. I'll just show it. How about that? Give us something to look at while we're waiting for somebody else to come in. I think it's exciting when you finally get a bid on one of the things you're auctioning. And I'll get there eventually. Working on it. Go back and screen share. Goodwill had 3 jewelry jars that looked like junk, plastic stuff. Yeah, I was kind of excited to go into the rummage sale yesterday because they were opened for the first time in a month. They've been closed for COVID, the new COVID strains, and they've been closed for the ice storm. And yesterday they finally opened again. So I got this staking tool. It's kind of an antique. I don't know if it's antique or not. It's definitely vintage. And this helps you repair watches or rebuild a watch. I wouldn't have a clue as to how it works. But several things on the inside of a watch have to be pressed together, and I think that's what this tool does. Anyway, I bought a watch repairman lot from the auction a couple of weeks ago, and I put this one on an auction. And I bought the whole watch lot thing for $60. And I've got maybe 10 listings of other things from the lot, but this is the best thing in it was this staking tool. Look at that. Made in the USA in Norwalk, Connecticut. How do you say Norwalk? It's Norwalk. But when you just go Newark, maybe that's Newark, Connecticut. Anyway, I started the auction at 100 and I got 3 bids up to 105. Seemed like the bid increments ought to be more than $2.50, but there it is. And we have 8 hours and 50 minutes left on the auction, so maybe I'll do a video on the closing of the auction. See if it jumps. We'll see. I might do that. Oh, there's YM. Hey, YM.
Hey, how you doing today, Todd?
All right. Sorry I didn't see you in there. I was on a different screen.
That's fine. I just came in anyway. Just see how you doing over here.
Yeah, just cranking them out.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good to have another day to do it. You hear me?
Yeah, I know. I was at the post office yesterday, and they always have on the counter when somebody passes away, they put obituary notices on the counter of our. I live in a small town, so on the counter of the post office, they always put the obituary notices of people who passed away. And
Yeah.
there's a picture of a very nice lady that I know in town here, and I was like, she died? she was born in '52, which only made it. She wasn't even 70 years old. Dang,
Yeah.
that's pretty young. What killed her? And postal clerk said she came in here about 10 years ago and said she was getting Alzheimer's. Gwen, do you remember Monice? Do you remember Monice? I don't remember her last name. Maunice? She's a pretty nice lady. Anyway, God, she was only like what'd that make her, 68, 69? And I'm 66. I'm like, crap, I don't want to die in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, well, my mom's your age. Exactly. She's from 1956.
You're young. How old are you?
41.
41. God, you're a baby.
I'm a baby with 4 growing babies.
Yeah. 4.
Yeah,
God.
yeah, I got 4 girls now.
You're like a Nissa junk trader there. She's got 5 kids.
Yeah,
She had, and she fully admits, I had 2 litters.
yeah, they're growing quick too. I'm gonna mute
uh,
myself for a second. I got a call. I gotta take just a second. I'll be right back.
okay. So, Texas Val. Yeah. Everybody in the side chat and me are older than YM, but I'm like 25 years older than him. Anyway, if you don't know YM, he and I go way back to chats like 7, 8 years ago in the silver stacking. There he is. There's his face. Yeah, he does look 41. I look my age too. I don't hear you. You're still muted.
Sorry, but it was some spam call. I keep getting
Oh,
those.
of course. What
Yeah.
kind of extended warranty did you buy for your car?
No, it wasn't. They're
Or
trying to get me to go do some work.
uh,
Angie's List. You ever heard of that?
I have.
Yeah, you do like work for other people basically. So they keep calling me every morning.
So are you like a freelance trucker? You just work when you need to and or
Well,
can?
basically, I'm a car hauler,
Yeah.
and oh, Monday I'm going back to work. It's the end of winter for me now, so kind of don't want to work in the winter. It's too cold out there, but
Yeah.
especially when it snows, in the north.
Yeah.
But
Where do you
this
live?
Monday,
Yeah, you're in
I'm in Philly.
Philadelphia. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
far north compared to me.
I'm here right next to George Washington over here. He used to live just down the road up here on Germantown Avenue.
Oh wow.
You know. Um, he escaped the Black Plague when he moved to Germantown Avenue because there was the plague in the city. So he would drive up Germantown Avenue to live there because people were dying from the plague in the city.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm here in Ardsley, PA, which is like they had a battle here with the British.
Hmm.
There's like a battlefield, just there's a creek going over here. So this is like historic area right here. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing much happened here during that time.
Well, you're in the fields of Texas somewhere.
Yeah. This my city wasn't incorporated until like 100. Oh, about 165 years ago. So this town wasn't even here when during the time George Washington was trying to get out of the city to get out of the plague.
Yeah, Philadelphia is a historic. This was the first capital. This the first Congress was after they formed, in
Yeah.
1776, the new nation of the United States. Well, back then it wasn't the United States; it was the 13 colonies.
Yeah.
And then over time, they added more. Now we're all the way up to 50.
My wife and I visited Philadelphia 6 years ago. We flew out to the Northeast and rented a car and just kind of went to all kinds of different places.
Yeah, where did you visit?
We went to Bar Harbor, Maine. Bar Harbor, Bar Harbor. I call it Bar Harbor, but up there they call it Bar Harbor.
Bahaba, Maine.
Yeah, and we visited. Don't they have a bus tour around the city central of Philadelphia?
Okay, downtown bus tours. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We went downtown. We took that whole circle, and you visited all the historic places,
Okay.
um,
What do
statues.
you like the most out of all that you've seen? What was your
Uh,
favorite?
I don't know. It's just all interesting. I
Oh,
kind
it's
of kind of thought it was interesting going. Was it the North Church? It wasn't.
Nurture.
It wasn't like going to Disneyland or anything. It was just, and I like the historic stuff.
Yeah,
Actually, I prefer
Philadelphia.
going to see historic things uh, instead of just getting on another roller coaster or something.
I like going to St. Augustine, Florida.
Yeah,
That's my one of my favorite places to go in the states. You know, because of the history down there. There's also like a little history there.
yeah. We're going to Orlando in April.
Have you ever visited St. Augustine? It's just south of Jacksonville there.
I have not been to Miami. We went
It's
to Miami
actually
last month.
it's actually the oldest city in United States. That's where the conquistadors landed and planted the first cross.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
knew it was the oldest U.S. city. There are older towns.
there's a lot to see there in that town. They got trolley tours. You can spend a week there easily, like very easily. They got the Flagler College down there. My daughter wants to go to school there. She just got accepted to that college.
Nice.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm all the way in PA. I don't want to send her to Florida.
Right.
I worry like a father would.
Yeah.
You've been through that, huh, Todd?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Except my boys are they're 32 and 20, 28 now. So it's like, it's been years ago now they were in college.
Yeah, it's I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see what
And then they
happens.
start getting married and start having kids of their own. And you're like, man, I'm really getting old.
Yeah. How many grandkids you got?
Actually, I don't have any yet, but
No, zero, not yet.
I don't think my boys can figure out when women are really for. One of them's still a bachelor. The younger one's still a bachelor, and the older one, they've been married for a year and a half, but they're like, we're gonna wait until we can afford to have kids. I'm like, dang, you'll never have kids then.
No, they got it all wrong. You have to be stupid enough to have kids. It's not about the money.
It's not about money. It's about stupidity.
Exactly.
Stupidity. Yeah. Cripple Creek, Colorado.
That's
Actually,
what my dad used to tell me when he was alive. He would say,
if you've
I'm not
ever
going to teach you
visited,
anything about stupidity, so you'll figure it out on your own.
yep.
Man.
If you've ever been out to New Mexico, there's a town called Taos, New Mexico. They have a nice ski slope there, but they also have Native American Pueblo there, and it's actually older than St. Augustine by a bunch. Um, in fact, on the outside of the Pueblo, it says longest lived in apartment building in the world, continuously lived in for the last 1,600 years. So the Native Americans have lived in the Pueblo
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
at
there was
Taos for,
natives in St. Augustine, too, when the conquistadors came and started building
right.
the Spanish, architecture.
So I always thought
But,
that was funny that St. Augustine, though it's what, 400 or 500 years old, um, does not compare with Taos, which is 1,600 years old.
well, not in that sense, but there was natives living there
Sure.
before the conquistadors came, but
Yeah.
they all died from flu. Basically, the
Yeah.
conquistadors came with the flu, and they all died. And not only that, they were all like tall people. They weren't like little conquistadors were. They were all big. So it's kind of interesting to find that out. Yeah, I was born in the city. which was 700. Well, it still is 766 years old. It was founded in 1256. City of Lviv. So that's what, like 500 years before St. Augustine.
Yeah. Wow. Said he likes Cripple Creek, Colorado. I know why he does, because it's pretty much like Las Vegas in historic buildings. I guess it's a silver mining town started, but um, there's like 6 or 7 casinos at Cripple Creek, Colorado.
Well, Colorado is a beautiful state.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there many, many times, but um, I had altitude sickness there once.
Hmm. Yeah.
Traveling from Texas, I traveled from Dallas through Oklahoma and up to Colorado that way.
Yeah.
Uh, Basically, I was
Well,
traveling during the night. In the morning, I got to Colorado. I jump out of my truck. I'm wearing like a t-shirt. There's like snow on the ground. Next thing I know, I'm just dizzy. I'm like, what's happening here? You know what I mean?
oh yeah, because I mean, even the foothills in Colorado are like 7,000 feet.
Exactly.
Interstate, God, what's the interstate that goes up that way? 27?
Your body has to get adjusted to it, to the altitude, you
Yeah.
know?
But yeah, you might as well drive through western Oklahoma and western Colorado at nighttime, because there's nothing to see. It's just open. A lot of it is just open prairie land that just goes on for miles and miles and miles.
That's most of the country, though.
Yeah, it is.
Uh, Most of the populations are on a coastline.
Sorry, my wife and I are discussing why the dog is acting hungry when she's got a bowl full of food.
Yeah, it's animals. You never know what they want.
Oh, these animals are spoiled. They don't want to eat their regular food. They just want snacks all the time.
It's because there's no nutrition in that dog food.
Huh,
Yeah.
probably
I have
not
a cat.
much.
I have a cat, and the cat does the same thing because, like, we give her that canned food, and then I give her dry food, and there's just they don't put enough nutrients for the animals, so they constantly want something else. They're lacking nutrients, you know.
Yeah, I can
Uh,
see
the-
that. You
yeah,
see it all the time. People say, "Oh, this premium dog food doesn't have anything in it."
it's
You
just
need
the
to.
filler. Basically, they fill their stomachs with a bunch of fillers, but they're not getting the nutrition out of it. You know, yeah, they go poop, but there's no, there's no vitamins and minerals that they need.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess
There's hundreds of YouTube videos about how to make your own dog food and why you should,
you should.
because
What kind of dog is it?
we got a Boston Terrier and then we got a mutt.
Okay. I want a dog, but my wife, she doesn't want a dog. She want they got a cat because cat, they kind of take care of themselves. I mean, they just go in the litter box. You don't have to
Yeah,
walk it. And I'm in the truck. I can bring an animal in the truck if I wanted to, but like I go home every night, so it doesn't make sense to bring an animal.
yeah.
Now, if I was living on the road, it'd be a different story.
Said he was fishing in Cripple Creek and 75 degrees where he was, but the mountain right next to us was covered with snow. Huh. That's the way it goes up there.
It's high altitude.
Yeah, around Cripple Creek. Well, that's pretty close to Pikes Peak, which goes up to like almost 15,000 feet.
Yeah. You ever go across the Continental
Oh yeah.
Divide? Yeah.
Hmm.
When you go by, it just says you just passed Continental Divide.
I know.
Kind of funny.
We've been on Interstate 40 several times, and that sign is just out there in the middle of the desert. Just
Yeah.
and there aren't even any right there where it is. There aren't even very many hills or anything. It's just
Well,
desert out there by the painted desert and the petrified forest area. You know where I'm talking about.
yeah, I drove through across it, but if you go through different interstates, they all have signs on all of them. It
Oh
just
yeah.
depends what interstate you drive on. You're driving in the south, so you see in desert, but I drove through it right in the mountains too. Like it was really, mountain terrain in the
Okay.
north, through like Montana and through like South Dakota. And yeah, being a truck driver, I've been to pretty much all the states. I got to witness the beauty of this country. It's a beautiful country.
Yeah.
Montana's gorgeous. Wyoming, Yellowstone National Park, Idaho,
Yeah.
um, Nevada's beautiful too. Arizona, California, it's all beautiful over there. The West is beautiful. Then you
Yeah.
start going east, and it's like Oklahoma. It's a lot of fields. The hills are still there, but they're not as big.
Right. Yeah. The
Uh,
wife and I about 10 years ago went up to. We drove from Texas up to like Sturgis, South Dakota, and we did the
yeah.
Mount Rushmore and the Devil's Tower and um, what's the monument about the with the Indian
They have a corn castle down there somewhere.
Coin Castle?
Corn, made out of corn.
Corn.
Yeah,
Oh,
corn.
made out of corn. Why would you build a castle out of corn?
Because that's all they got growing over there is corn.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I was in the Black Hills down there. There's still mining. There's mines that mine gold in the Black Hills down there. So
Yeah.
they have like a little mining town. I forget the name of it, but stopped in that town and just walk around the shops, and they got some old mining tours over there you can take. Yeah. Now I'm back in Philly,
Back
sitting
in
in my
Philly.
I guess whatever you call this room. I have like a bunch of windows in here. So,
Nice sunroom.
yeah, like I guess it's a stone room you can call them. Doing construction, you got all kinds of stuff laying around. It's a
So
mess.
tell me,
Yeah.
did you ever do the thing where you ran up the steps like Rocky did and stand at the top and raise your arms?
Oh yeah.
You've done
Yeah.
that? Uh,
Yeah. In front of the art museum. Yeah. Yeah.
it's,
Well, it's ironic because they put the statue of a movie star, Rocky, which
yeah,
is Sylvester Stallone.
right.
They made a statue for him right at the steps there,
Sure.
and now everybody comes to take pictures of it.
Yeah,
Because he's a movie star. But there was in the city of Philadelphia, there was a famous boxer, Joe Frazier.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a famous boxer, and he lived in West Philly, but nobody gave him a statue.
I know
That's how ironic it is, isn't it?
it is.
It's because Sylvester Stallone he donated millions of dollars to the city, and Joe
Yeah,
Frazier grew up in the poor neighborhood of West Philly. That's how it is.
yeah. I was still a kid when Frazier fought Ali one time, didn't he?
Yeah, he used to run West Philly over there. Now you don't want to be in West Philly. There's like constant gun crime, robberies.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a bad place. But the closer you get to the city, there's a University City, and there's the University of Pennsylvania there. They have Drexel University, big universities, And people, I get messages from the university. Just last night, I had robbery at gunpoint message that came through
Oh,
in that
wow.
area. Yeah, they constantly have crime over there. You gotta watch yourself.
Yeah. Here's my princess.
No, it's a beautiful doggy. She's beautiful.
She didn't like to be held like this.
You sure she's not an alien?
She sounds like an alien.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you hear that?
Yeah, it's vibrating sounds. Yeah. Yeah. She's loving that. My cat makes similar sounds, but she's purring when she's sleeping.
Yeah.
I guess they're regenerating, getting energy from the universe.
I can't lift the other dog. The other dog's 42 pounds.
Yeah, I had to get some energy too just a couple hours ago when I was getting sleep.
Let's see. Where's the other dog? Come here, Bonnie. See Bonnie? Bonnie's a mutt.
The mutt. Is it like
Oh, a mutt. I'm a
German
rescue
Shepherd
dog.
mutt or
Yeah,
Rottweiler mutt?
I think she's got more German Shepherd in her, but my next door neighbor thinks she looks more like a Rottweiler.
Yeah, well, it has that color of skin, I guess.
Yeah.
The brown and the black. Yeah, I
She's
have one of
big, but
those.
she's not big enough to be like a full blood German Shepherd or a full blood Rottweiler. They get up around 60 pounds or so. So
I got a van cat. She's like white, and she has like a two-collar tail and some spots on her face. So, but she's a nice cat.
Sadie, we're back to green. Stock market's green today. Not much.
I don't follow any of that.
Do you not?
No, it's just
I do, because I got some mutual funds that are
you got your retirement.
based in stock market. Yeah, some of it.
Yeah.
Of course, I got my gold and silver, and I got my stocks, and I got a few bonds. I don't have a lot of bonds. But yeah, Sadie's got some money in the stock too. Mr. Sadie over there in the side chat.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Basically, when you put your like retirement, like 401k, they'll just put your money in the stock market, basically.
Yeah, and that was a good plan in 2021, but so far in 2022, it's been bad.
That's just the way it is. What can I say about it? The inflation's bad. That's the prices of everything. Like I went to the gas station the other day. It was $3.45 for a gallon gas, and then today I went there. It's 4 cents more, $3.49, and that's the cheapest gas in the area. If you go to a different gas station, it's $3.78, almost $4 a gallon.
Yeah, we're around $3 for unleaded here.
Well, yeah, our state, they charge a lot for taxes, just ridiculous. 50 cents in just tax. Yeah, it is what it is. But the cost of everything is going up. It's not just gasoline; it's everything because you need gasoline to bring stuff to whatever it's going. It's price of food, price of everything, inflation. They actually, I think, reported inflation at 7.5%.
Yeah, I read that too. And Sadie just said it in the side chat there. Can you see the side chat?
Let me look at it. I wasn't
the
monitoring.
YouTube side. But if you click if you click over on the right hand side, you can see the side chat going by where it says comments. But yeah, it's the worst inflation since 1982. I remember
Uh,
those years.
well, the thing is, like precious metals are not going up. That's the crazy part. They actually
Yeah.
went down. They released the new inflation numbers that are higher, but the precious metals went down.
Well, they've done better than the stock market.
Well, since I guess 2000, maybe, yeah. I'm surprised they should be much higher with this inflation rate the way it is now because it takes so much energy to just get it out of the ground and put it into bars. I'm not even talking about coining it,
Right.
because there's just a cost associated with it, and I just think they manipulate it really bad. The paper contracts are get really manipulated on the metals.
They have to be.
Yeah.
Why would the cost of physical gold and silver be so much higher than the spot price if that weren't true? It's like you look at the spot price of silver and it's around $23, but try to try to go to any of the online bullion dealers and buy a silver coin for $23. You can't do it.
Now, what's the premium like now? Did it go down a little bit? I haven't looked at it for a while.
It's like a silver eagle is like $35 now on AppMax. And you're like,
Yeah,
that's $12 more per ounce than the spot price of silver. And didn't used to be that way just 3 years ago. They used to be a lot closer, maybe $2 or $3 above spot price to get an eagle.
you figure if it costs diesel is like $4 a gallon, it's more here than $4. I seen it at 4.19 the other day for a gallon of diesel fuel.
Dang.
And if you're running a mining operation and you need to get this stuff out of the ground, you're going to use up a lot of diesel fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in the areas where they have mines, because I'm sure it costs a lot more to transport the fuel to the mining sites than it does just going down to the Walmart gas pumps in Texas.
Yeah, 4.15 there. Yeah, and silver is getting what was it at now? Like 20 something, 22.
It's 23 something.
Yeah, $23 an
It's been
ounce.
bouncing a lot.
Yeah, because it should be at like $123 an ounce.
Yeah.
You know what I
20,
mean?
$23.16 an ounce. But look at how it's bouncing up, down, up, down, up, down.
It's volatility.
Yeah, it always
Volatility.
has. That part of it never bothered me, but just when spot price is so much lower than a physical ounce, then something's not right. It is manipulated like everybody says.
Yeah, the truckers, they're standing up for, people rights. They want them to get rid of all those COVID restrictions, really. Should have been
Yeah.
over already. I mean, they said we're only going to lock it down for a couple months, and now look at us.
Hmm.
2 years later, we're still on the lockdown. Really.
Yep.
And that's so bad because they passed these laws so quickly, like in a matter of minutes. But for you to get rid of that, you have to sit there for weeks
Yeah.
in the truck or whatever you are outside and
Yep.
hope they do it. Anyway,
Yeah, the restrictions are crazy on truckers now.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who saved our lives during COVID. If there weren't any truckers moving in the U.S. during the height of COVID, we would have all starved to death.
Yeah, pretty much. That's just the way it is. How long do you think they're going to sit there? How long does it take? For them to do anything? How long can the economy withstand not having the supplies delivered?
Uh, I think we're on the back side of the slope. I think we're headed down. It's going to get worse. I mean, inflation just keeps getting higher. Last last month it was 7.2. The month before that it was 6.5. Inflation just keeps
That's the
getting,
official inflation.
yeah,
Official.
the
What's the
report.
unofficial number?
God, there's no telling now. It's worse and worse and worse. Uh,
It's really bad for people on fixed income. Really is, because if you're on Social Security or pension, whatever you're receiving on a fixed income or government pension,
yeah,
I mean, you're getting poorer every day.
yeah.
And
Except for
there's
eBay
and there's
sales. Yeah, I'm on fixed. My
and there's
teacher, I haven't had a raise in my teacher retirement check since I started getting it 15 years ago. So, yeah, 15 years ago, what could I buy with $100?
okay.
And now, what can I buy with $100? And my check is not getting any bigger from teacher retirement. So there you go. Exactly. It's a good thing I found reselling and selling stuff online. That's the way I pay for all the fun stuff.
All right. I remember living in the Soviet Union, and when it fell apart, my grandma, she had saved up all her life money and like an account, for her retirement.
Yeah.
And when the Soviet Union no longer existed, all that money went gone.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. We visited. We went to Europe in October, and we actually drove across the line from Austria on a bus tour into Slovakia, which used to be a Russian nation. And there at Bratislava, the people that live there now, they used to live for free in the Soviet housing, right? But when the breakup of the Soviet Union happened, then Slovakia became independent, and now all the rich Austrians are going across the line and buying up all their houses.
Yeah.
And the Slovaks that have lived there for generations, they can't afford to live there.
Hmm.
So they're like, they would almost rather be back in the old Soviet Union so they have a place to live.
Why don't they give salaries like they do, for Congress people? Give all the retired people same salary.
I
That'd be
don't
nice,
know.
wouldn't it?
Yeah. Congress gets to vote themselves a raise. I never got to
Yeah,
vote myself a raise.
exactly.
Well, it's 9 o'clock. Time for all good resellers to hang up the chats and
Get to
go
work.
go pack up the orders that you've got. I've got 5 orders to ship out today for different stuff.
keep buying stuff because you guys helping each other out. The more we buy from each other, the more money you make.
Yeah.
You know.
And I tell you what, used items as a reseller, um, as this inflation thing keeps going, more people are going to be looking to buy used than new.
Well, you
Because
can't buy new anymore. Have you looked at the used car sales lot?
that's crazy.
What
Yeah,
do you mean?
Bridget just earlier this week, Bridget, she lives in New York. She was saying, I checked the Kelly Blue Book on the car we bought 2 years ago, and we've driven it 12,000 miles, and the Kelly Blue Book is worth 12,000 more than what we paid for it after they've already used it a bunch. So yeah,
That's exactly right. The car I bought is actually worth more money today than I bought it 5 years ago.
yeah.
It's crazy, really is.
I keep a beater car. Also, it's an old Dodge Avenger. It's got like 140,000 miles on it,
Yeah.
and I paid like $4,000 for it like 8 years ago. And I checked the Kelly book price, and it was like $6,000. I'm like, what? But it still runs.
Yeah, I got I still got my Toyota Camry that I like almost 190,000 miles on. I drive it every day.
Yeah,
Yeah, that thing runs like a champ. Yeah,
you can't hardly wear out a Camry. And now
yeah.
you better just not try to buy a new car.
Well,
And I don't.
soon you won't be able to afford it. Like, it's only going to be certain people that will be able to afford a car. That's where it's going. A lot of people can't afford it now. That's why they take these huge payments. You know.
Yeah, right, Eric. He bought a new vehicle than they wanted for the 2-year-old cars. Yep, it's crazy out there.
Yeah. Well, I deliver new cars and the electrics are coming, so get ready for electric cars.
Oh God.
You, but they're not that bad. I'm telling you, you'll like it. You don't have to go to the gas station, you know. But you
Oh,
want to,
I understand electric cars,
yeah.
but the reason for having electric cars, that part doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I'm sure that the electric cars are fine, but the reason for having electric car, I mean, in Texas, all the electricity is, or like 90% of the electricity in Texas is made from burning natural gas.
Okay.
So if the point of having electric cars is to stop being dependent on fossil fuels, then they need to find a different way to make electricity than burning a fossil fuel. So there's all the push to go electric because it's better for the environment. I don't know. Do you burn the natural gas or do you just burn unleaded fuel in your car? What's the difference?
Well, you would have to basically put some solar panels up, but to charge a car.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the way to do it. But those
but
solar panel and batteries, they cost. That's another cost of a vehicle.
and what is it? Are fossil fuels used to mine the materials that are necessary to make solar panels? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that argument doesn't hold a lot of water either, in my opinion.
You know how it is. Once they move everybody to electric, the electricity prices are going to go up. That's just the way it is.
Yep,
They'll always find a way to get our money.
yep. All right, we're gonna shut her down. Thanks for coming on, YM.
Yeah, no problem. You have a great day, guys. I'll see you around someday. Maybe I'll step in another
All
day if I
right,
have a
bye
chance.
everybody in the side chat. Have a great weekend. We won't be back on again until Monday, and I don't know who's gonna do the show then, but
It's
We'll
nice
see you
talking to
then.
everybody. Have a good one. Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.